Greetings, seekers of wisdom and peace. Today we journey to a remote village cradled in the tranquil hills, home to the wise monk, Hao. As the sun begins to rise over the serene landscape, our tale unfolds in a place of peace and tranquility, where wisdom blossoms like a lotus in the quiet stillness. In this modest village dwelled a monk of profound wisdom and humility. His name was Hao, a beacon of serenity, radiating an energy that seemed to dance with the gentle rhythms of the universe. He was no ordinary monk. Hao was revered far and wide, not for his eloquent speeches or grand discourses, but for his unique ability to teach through silence. His quietude was his language, his serenity, his scripture. One resplendent morning, the monastery, a sanctuary of stillness, was stirred by the echoes of curious souls. A group of villagers, their hearts brimming with questions, their minds thirsty for wisdom, had travelled from near and far to seek Hao's guidance. They yearned to tap into his profound sagacity, to find answers to life's profound questions, to unearth the secrets of existence. Hao, with his tranquil gaze and serene smile, welcomed these seekers of wisdom. He invited them to rest in the peaceful embrace of the monastery's garden, a haven where nature danced in harmony and silence sang its melodious tune. As they settled, the villagers began to voice their queries, each question a testament to their quest for wisdom. Hao listened, his eyes reflecting kindness, his aura exuding tranquility. Each word, each question was received with an attentive silence, a silence that seemed to ripple through the air, gently touching every soul present. Then, with a serene smile gracing his lips, Hao closed his eyes, stepping into the realm of silent meditation. His silence was not of emptiness, but filled with a gentle vibration that resonated with the rhythm of the universe. The villagers watched, their eyes fixed on Hao, their hearts pulsating in anticipation. As the villagers posed their questions, Hao, with a serene smile, closed his eyes and entered into a realm of silent meditation. This marked the beginning of a journey that would transform their understanding of wisdom, of silence, and of themselves. Time passed, hours drifted by, and Hao remained in his tranquil state, his silence echoing through the monastery garden. The villagers, who had come seeking wisdom, started to fidget uncomfortably. They exchanged glances and whispers, their patience wearing thin. Doubt crept into their minds as they questioned the silent monk. Was he merely ignoring them? Was this some sort of test? Their confusion turned into restlessness, their restlessness into frustration. Yet, as the sun moved lazily across the sky, something shifted within the villagers. In the midst of their impatience, they began to notice the world around them. They saw the blossoming flowers, heard the rustling of leaves, felt the gentle breeze on their faces, and listened to the symphony of birds singing in harmony. The garden, which was just a backdrop to their quest for wisdom, slowly came alive in their consciousness. Gradually, the villagers quieted their restless thoughts. They began to observe, to listen, to feel. They marveled at the beauty of the garden, the serenity of nature, the tranquility it radiated. In their silence, they discovered a profound truth: the interconnectedness of all things, the harmonious balance of nature, the peace in simply being. With this newfound awareness, the villagers started to introspect. They turned their gaze inward, diving deep into their own souls. The questions they had come with, seeking answers from Hao, began to unravel on their own. They found that the answers they sought were not to be found in the words of others, but within themselves. In the profound silence, they found their answers not in words, but in the wisdom that lay within them, awakened by the power of silence. Hao's silence had not been a dismissal, but an invitation. An invitation to explore their own depths, to listen to the wisdom of their own hearts, to find their own truth. They realized that silence was not the absence of sound, but the presence of an immense inner peace, a peace that transcended words and filled their hearts with a deep sense of understanding and gratitude. Opening, Hao, still in deep meditation, sensed the shift within the villagers. Immersed in an ocean of tranquility, Hao perceived a change in the energy around him. He discerned a newfound calmness that had replaced the restless anticipation of the villagers. It was a silent symphony of transformation, played not by the strumming of strings or the beating of drums, but by the quiet whispers of the soul. Hao, in his profound wisdom, recognized this transition. He felt the villagers' minds untangle from the web of confusion, their hearts blossoming with the petals of understanding. He sensed them journeying inward, discovering the reservoir of wisdom within themselves. It was a moment of revelation, a moment of profound learning, all achieved in the embrace of silence. His heart swelled with pride, not for himself but for the villagers. He knew they had found their answers not in the spoken word, but in the unspoken harmony of existence. It was as if a veil had been lifted, revealing a landscape of inner wisdom that had always been there, patiently waiting to be discovered. The monk, still enveloped in the deep serenity of his meditation, subtly acknowledged this transformation. His eyes gently opened, a subtle smile graced his lips, and he nodded, a silent gesture that echoed louder than any spoken word. It was a gentle nod of approval, a silent applause for their journey into self-discovery. With this silent acknowledgement, the villagers understood. They felt a surge of gratitude, a wave of peace that washed over their hearts. They had arrived at their destination not through a rigorous debate or a lengthy discourse, but through the quietude of introspection. They rose, their hearts echoing with the rhythm of newfound wisdom. They bowed to Hao not just as a gesture of respect, but as an expression of profound gratitude. They had embarked on a journey seeking answers, and they had found them not in the wisdom of Hao, but in the silence he had offered. With hearts full of gratitude they left, understanding that the most profound wisdom often lies in silence. From that day forth, the villagers sought not words, but the silent wisdom of Hao. This marked a significant shift in their approach to wisdom and understanding. They no longer sought answers in spoken words or complex philosophies. Instead, they found more profound insights in the silence that Hao had so gracefully introduced them to. Hao's teachings left a lasting impact on the villagers, one that surpassed the confines of their village, reaching far and wide. His silent wisdom became an echoing reminder of the power of inner contemplation, of the ability to find answers within oneself. This was a powerful shift from the external seeking that had previously defined their quest for wisdom. The legacy of Hao was not contained in a book or inscribed on a stone tablet, but was carried in the hearts and minds of those who had experienced his silent teachings. It was a legacy of inner peace and understanding, of the realization that the most profound wisdom resides within us, waiting to be discovered in the silence of our minds. His teachings transformed the villagers' perspective on life, on their relationships with others, and most importantly, on their relationship with themselves. They began to appreciate the silence, to cherish the quiet moments of reflection. They discovered that in silence they could hear the whispers of their own souls, the gentle murmurings of their inner wisdom. Hao's teachings also brought about a newfound respect for silence in the village. The bustling marketplace became a haven of quiet contemplation. Homes became sanctuaries of peace. The villagers started to understand the beauty of silence, the richness of the wisdom it held. Thus, the tale of Hao, the monk who taught the power of silence, was passed down through generations, a reminder of the profound truths found in the quiet moments of contemplation. This tale serves as a timeless testament to the power and beauty of silence, a tribute to the wisdom that lies within each of us, waiting to be discovered in the silence of our own hearts.